talking about is a particular system in the body that is called the lymphatic system. And this whole system or network of, I guess you call them vessels, they're very blood vessels, lie just below the skin, okay? And its major function, it goes throughout the body. In fact, when you look and map out this lymphatic system, it's 3 times larger than what the blood circulation system is. Okay, so it's really quite widespread throughout the body. And one of the things it does is obviously it has fluid in it, but if you look at it very carefully, you see there's something missing, which is present in the blood circulatory system, and that is a pump. When you look at blood and see how it moves throughout the body, it moves with the assistance of the heart, which is really a pump. The blood goes in, it gets oxygenated, and then it pumps out to the rest of the body. So whether you're lying down, standing up, sitting down, the blood circulates very effectively because of this pump. The lymphatic system, although it's more widespread than the blood circulation system, it doesn't have a pump. So it purely relies on gravity and lymph fluid throughout the body. So you can imagine without the pump, when you are sitting down, the gravity, and especially if you're there is a great resistance for that lymph fluid to move. And that is why, for example, and I think many of you will relate to it, you travel so much, is the fact that after about 6 to 7 hours on a plane, on a flight in a plane, your ankles swell up. It gets enlarged, and it's because the lymph fluid is starting to accumulate and pool at the bottom of your feet. It just cannot move out. So, and you can now begin to appreciate, I hope, that this lymphatic system is very dependent on gravity to circulate throughout the body. So how does it move? One of the things that it does very well is that since they're on the pretty in close proximity to the muscle is really the contraction of the muscles throughout the body is the only way the lymph fluid can move, right? So when you're standing up and if you're walking, you're obviously exercising your calf muscles and some of your thigh muscles. And in addition, they obviously help you to walk. That contraction of the muscle starts moving the lymph fluid where it needs to go, because that's where the reservoirs are, and that's where all the lymph fluid will accumulate, and it will then get distributed to the body. All right. So this is the key thing. If you don't exercise or you don't walk enough, your lymphatic system is being affected in a negative manner. So it's very remarkable. You can see, you know, this is just a graphical representation. The green lines show how the lymph is so much whiter than red rate lines, and that's the blood circulation, together with how they're all eventually being connected to the heart. So, unfortunately, when you look at the lymphatic system, though, what we have learned is the fact that it is like any other aging phenomenon. It gets weaker and more sluggish over time, right? And that is because some of your vessels are not so, they sort of tend to deteriorate when you get older, and therefore the lymph is already suffering from the lack of a pump. With less vessels, lymphatic vessels around, then the fluid cannot go to all the different areas of the body. So you can also imagine, as you get older, our muscles will also get weaker. So the combination of those two things happening during the aging process will tend to get the lymphatic system get weaker over time. But that's not just the age, right? When you look at our modern lifestyle, what do we really do? I mean, for the next hour, all of us are sitting down here, listening to me chatting away and yakking away, and we're not moving, right? And in fact, this is not the only opportunity or only time during the day where you have or you had been sitting down. Some of you in Asia, you're just waking up, I think, and it's likely that you won't be exercising as much as you should be. And then if you go on a flight, again, you know, that reduces the opportunity to exercise and move your lymph system. So all these things in aggregate comprise our modern lifestyle, and that becomes a challenge, right? Our muscles are not moving, therefore our lymphatic system doesn't move. So what do we do? So the lymphatic system, they're like three important functions. I already mentioned the importance of the fluid moving throughout the body. Why is that important? It is the only transport of immune cells to where they are needed. Okay, the immune cells come out from the blood or come out from the tissues and so on. They get into the lymph, and that's how they get transported throughout the body. If the lymphatic system is not being, obviously you can see the immune cells cannot get to the so-called site of action. There's a second equally important function of the lymphatic system. It's almost acting as the sort of sewage system for your body. And the reason why I call it a sewage system is because the toxic metabolites that are being produced during our normal and regular metabolism, they've got to get away, right? So, and once again, the lymphatic system is the system that's been developed by the body to get rid of all those natural toxic byproducts that are being produced during metabolism or the normal functioning of your body. And a good example of that, and this has nothing to do with, but just to show you the the importance of the toxic metabolites and why it is so critical they don't build up is the fact that the kidneys, the organ that we all realize will eventually get rid of toxic metabolites in the body, either through urination, right? So if your kidneys are not functioning and they're not excreting these toxic metabolites, most of these patients will have to go for renal dialysis. In other words, they've got to take out their blood to go through a blood purification machine before returning the blood to the body. So you can imagine that similarly, under the normal processes that we function, all the biochemistry that happens in the body, we need the lymphatic system to function effectively as a detoxification system. So that's the second one. Now, there's a third one that's also interesting, and it's not apparent to anybody, but when the fat tissue, when we are losing weight, there is a need for those fat tissue that's being released, or the fat cells, or all the fat that's being released during your weight management or weight loss process. They have to be transported away. And once again, the lymphatic system comes into play during those conditions. All right. So this device that we have, I'll show you the actual picture of it, but I wanted to show you the graphical representation of these nodes, we call them. All right. These are metallic nodes. They're specially designed to be in close contact with the skin. And when you rub it across the skin, it actually will also rub the lymphatic system to keep it moving. All right. So this is a special design that our engineers have come up with that provides the most efficient massaging, if you will, of the lymphatic system. So keep that in mind. That's the sort of the architecture or the structural design of this new device that we are going to launch next month or so, or over the next second half of this year. It also conducts electrical current, very much like that what you are used to, like the galvanic spark or the recent boost, H-lock boost facial system and so on. The current is different though, but it's still an electrical current that needs to be present in this device.
보면 어지러울까봐 운전 중에 화면 보면 어지러울 것 같아.
맞아. 시간이 아까워서 할 거는 많고 시간이 아까워서.
표정이 안 좋아?
안 좋지 않은데?
그래. 아유. 늦어서 어떡하냐? 메시지 했어? 응?
내가 할게.
거의 다 왔어요.
감사합니다, 오빠.
네. 네. 갔다 오세요. 빠이빠이. 홈디포.
Please say the POI name or address you want to find.
Home Depot.
Please say the line number of the location you want to go to. Would you like guidance to this location?
Yes. 우리 샀던 집은 스트라다 때문에. 찔뻑찔뻑 하는구나. 아우 속이야. 여기서 좌회전이 이렇게 오래 걸렸나? 좌회전 신호도 없구나. 이야. 공사. 좁다. 그냥 기다려야겠다. 이게 색감이 조금 파란색 색감이 나는 것 같네. 화면이 그래서 그런가? 아이고야, 아 졸려라. 걸려. 씨.